This is the Election Bureau. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Citi Prime News. We're coming to you live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Lupin at Abraka, Accra. My name is Ajuatin Kramadomina, coming up this afternoon.
We believe that all the parties will be there. We have commitments for all of them. We've sent them a copy of the pact for them to study. If they have any comments, to come back.
Stakeholders in Ghana's elections signed a fourth presidential peace pact today ahead of crucial December 7 elections as the new Patriotic Party calls on opposition National Democratic Congress to affirm its commitment to electoral peace by signing the pact.
We urge them to sign, and if they think that the elections they are not going to contest, they can do so and withdraw from the contest. It's not compulsory to contest.
Also coming up today on the campaign trail, independent presidential candidate Nana Kwame Bediako pledges to end mass migration of health workers if voted for.
To at least guarantee me one thing, that if we work so hard to become the next leaders of this country and the next generational leaders, you women are not going to leave me to go outside.
We'll bring you up to speed on the various campaigns as Ghana heads to the polls in 9 days. Still in the bulletin, midnight gun battle in Boko leads to the killing of one person, pushing the reported death toll in renewed conflict to 27. Meanwhile, in the eastern region, a gas station operator has also been shot dead.
And the person just removed a gun. What I did is that I was trying to hold the man from the floor, and he just shoots. So I immediately shoot the gun, and then I just go down.
Stay for details of these and more stories coming your way in the next 30 minutes. Remember, the news is live across the globe on citynewsroom.com. Around the country, we are live on a number of affiliate stations in the Upper West region. This is Tumpani, 88.5 FM in Nadoli, Jirapa, 96.1 FM. In Upper East, this is Recast, 92.1 FM in Bongo Namo. If you are in the Northern region, tune into North Star Radio, 92.1 in Tamale. In the Northeast region, Nobia FM, 98.1 in Nalerigu. If you're in the Western region, tune in to Beach 105.5 FM and Sky 93.5 FM, both in Takra. The India Shanti region, you can find us on Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi. Also, Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, this is Sela Radio 97.1 FM in Dabala. Holy 98.5 FM in Aplao. In the Savannah region, you can tune in to Kasha 99.5 FM in Damongo. And in the Bono region, this is Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyang. Please stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Welcome to the program. This afternoon we begin with politics as Ghana heads to the polls in 9 days. Now the National Peace Council is set to convene a meeting today with all political parties and their presidential candidates to sign a peace pact ahead of the elections. The agreement seeks to commit the candidates to ensuring peace before, during and after the polls. Chairman of the Peace Council, Reverend Ernest Edujemfi, noted that the candidates have shown readiness to sign the pact, underscoring their dedication to a peaceful electoral process.
Well, so far, we believe that all the parties will be there. We have commitments for all of them. We've sent them a copy of the pact for them to study. If they have any comments, to come back. So far, we've not had any adverse reaction from any of the parties. And so right now, what we're doing is putting down our preparation for the various logistics and the things that need to be done for the signing of the pact.
You heard the chairman of the National Peace Council, Reverend Dr. Ernest Edu Jemfi. Well, the New Patriotic Party, one of the parties that will be signing the pact today, has called on the opposition National Democratic Congress to sign the Peace Pact to reaffirm their commitment to ensuring a peaceful electoral process in the upcoming elections. Haruna Mohammed is the party's Deputy General Secretary.
When we went to Akotia by-election, you remember the days of Anita Tisoso. They used vehicles to climb on human beings. They shot at men who were not armed in those elections. You go to Charponi, about 6 people were killed in a by-election. You go to Agbogbolosi, people were killed in front of the police station. In Taran, they went, they maimed people, they burned people's houses. All of these are MPP members who have not stand down to continue to be talking about that these persons, because justice has not been meted to the people, we are not going to commit ourselves to peace. These people want to perpetuate violence. They want to bring insecurity in this country. And that is why they are called, they don't want to sign the peace pact, and they will go ahead and do those things. So we call on them, look, peace is absolute. They should know that there is a portion in the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana for self-defense. And if they think that they will be able to override the security of this nation, the IGP must ride up. We urge them to sign. And if they think that the elections, they are not going to contest, they can do so and withdraw from the contest. It's not compulsory to contest. That is what it is. Because we can't exchange NDC for peace of this country.
Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Haruna Mohammed. Well, the NDC has refused to comment on the matter today, but ahead of the signing of the Peace Pact, a spokesperson for the National Chief Imam and a board member of the Peace Council has stated that the council has engaged with all political parties and expects their participation in the signing today.
A lot of engagement behind the scenes has taken place, looking at the issues. I mean, you cannot dismiss all the issues, but you can only converse around them and make compromises. And I think that the facilitators of the Peace Pact have done a good job. They've seen certain individuals, certain groups have been talking behind the scenes. And I think finally we are sure all the flag bearers will come and sign. And if we do so, it's a great success for Ghana, not for any individual. Something that we must see beyond our persons, beyond the interest of our political party, but that it is more in the broader interest of the country, where we want to keep ourselves together, so that we, even beyond when we have voted, whoever wins the election, can have a united country that is ruling.
Spokesperson of the National Chief Imam and board member of the National Peace Council. Well, let's stay on the subject because a former General Secretary of the Christian Council of Ghana, Reverend Dr. Kwabena Opunifrimpong, an Executive Director of the Alliance for Christian Advocacy Africa, has urged signatories of the Peace Pact to resolve any post-election grievances through legal channels. He believes the pact signifies a moral commitment to maintaining peace and stability for the benefit of all Ghanaians.
Political parties that are being led by the National Peace Council are going to sign the Peace Pact today. A lot of conversation have gone on around this even before today. We have barely 9 days to the December elections. You operate an advocacy for...
We apologize for that. That's my interview with Opunifrimpong. We'll bring you the inserts in our subsequent bulletins. But let's stay on politics in the New Patriotic Party. And the party says it is unperturbed by the People's National Convention's decision to endorse the National Democratic Congress in the upcoming general elections. The PNC declared its support for the NDC's flag bearer during a press briefing yesterday after being disqualified from the presidential race by the Electoral Commission. Now, speaking speaking to City News, the party's Deputy General Secretary, Haruna Mohammed, argued that the endorsement does not reflect the sentiments of the PNC's grassroots, asserting that the decision was made solely by the party's leadership. We will have that for you shortly, but now the Deputy Transport Minister Hassan Tampuli has defended the inauguration of Ghana's first fleet of electric buses, dismissing claims that it is a political gimmick. The buses were launched yesterday by Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia as part of the government's proposed bus rapid transit BRT system. Now, speaking on the City Breakfast Show, Hassan Tampuli described the launch as part of a broader vision to modernize Ghana's public transport system in line with the NPP's 2024 manifesto.
If you have looked at the manifesto of the NPP for the 2024 election, it finds a lot of space in there. And the whole idea is for us to have a very elaborate BRT system anchored on the electric vehicles, especially the public buses, public transportation system. So we have a framework that will identify, especially let me give you an example of Greater Accra. We have an 18-kilometer stretch between Adenta and Accra, another 18-kilometer between Amasama and Accra, about 40 or so kilometers from Kasua to Accra, 44 kilometers Dawenya to Accra. And so this cannot be an election gimmick. It's a whole ecosystem that we are developing, and then this is just more or less a pilot.
Well, Hassan Tampuli further added that the buses would integrate the use of the Tap and Go initiative previously launched by the Vice President to run a cashless transport system.
And so you can purchase it at different points. I'll get the details for you in due course. But when you get the card, it's like a pass that can be used for taxi, ride hailing. You can use the same card for GPRTU, vehicles. You can use the same, pass to do this current electric bus system that we have. So the payment platform is integrated. So one card you'll be able, just like you do in London, you use one card to ride a bus, use the same card to ride a tram, and so on and so forth. And so that is the same architecture that we have here in the country.
Right.
And like I said, you can get the card from different points.
You heard Hassan Tampuli, his Deputy Minister of Transport. He was speaking on the City Breakfast Show earlier today. Let's now bring you the NPP saying it is unperturbed by the People's National Convention's decision to endorse the NDC in the upcoming 2024 elections.
It is the leadership that has made their declaration, and we know that the leadership of the PNC has always supported the NDC. Bernard Warner, which we all know that everything about him is NDC. So if he's a flag bearer today and his failed attempt to be on the ballot did not materialize and he decides to join the NDC, so it is left with the other members of the party to decide who they want to vote for. And we believe that we'll be able to speak to their mind, we'll be able to speak to their conscience, we'll be able to speak to their emotions, and they will get to understand that Ghana, where we are today, needs somebody that can lead the fourth industrial revolution. It doesn't move us. It doesn't move us so much, because I believe that it is not the entire people of PNC. It is the decision of the leadership, and the decision of the leadership is already known. I can say that even in the process of elections where PNC is in a competitive election, Bernard Mora and his like might go in even to vote the NDC.
Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Haruna Mohammed. Let's go to the camp of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC now, and the party's presidential candidate, John Mahama, is expected to wrap up his Greater Accra campaign today in selected constituencies, including Adenta, Ayawaso East, Ayawaso North, Ayawaso Central, and Ayawaso West Wolgon. Now, the tour will feature a series of engagements with traditional authorities and community members on the NDC's proposals for the 2024 general elections. John Mahama's nationwide campaign has been hinged on the party's key promises, including the introduction of a 24-hour economy policy, the establishment of a women's development bank, and a strategy to tackle corruption among public office holders. Stay with Citi 97.3 FM for updates on the tour on our subsequent broadcast. But let's stay on the campaign trail. An independent presidential candidate, Nana Kwame Bediako, has pledged to tackle the mass migration of health workers through an industrialization agenda. Speaking to nurses and midwifery trainees at the Nursing and Midwifery Training College in Hohoi in the Volta region, he pledged to create abundant job opportunities and improve incomes for health workers.
Are you all training to be nurses? Oh my gosh, I have to build a lot of hospitals. But I want you to at least guarantee me one thing. That if we work so hard to become the next leaders of this country and the next generational leaders, you women are not going to leave me to go outside. The value of a woman in this country is dear to my heart, and I'm here to advocate for you women. I want you to become entrepreneurs. I want you to become leaders. And on that note, I want to remind you that your thumb is your hidden power. We are going to use this thumb to move the people who have not cared about us, the people who have not been worried about us, the people who don't know how to take us to the destiny of our future.
You had independent presidential candidate Nana Kwame Bediako. Still on politics, the Seventh-day Adventist SDA Church has reiterated its position against voting in the upcoming general elections scheduled for Saturday, December 7. The SDA Church in Ghana has consistently advocated for a change in the election date to avoid clashing with their day of worship. However, the Electoral Commission has maintained December 7 as the official date for the national elections. Now, a source within the church speaking off the record indicated that while voting is a civic responsibility for all Ghanaians, the day conflicts with the SDA Church's religious beliefs. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News. When we return, midnight gun battle in Boko leads to the killing of one person, pushing the reported death toll in renewed conflict to 27. We have details of this and other stories coming up shortly. Please stay.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Ago Omambapa, the time to exercise your civic duty is here again. This year, we, the good people of Ghana, have another opportunity to elect our leaders on December 7. This is a very important national exercise, and you have the civic duty to make that decision for Ghana. Don't be indifferent because your vote counts. Vote on issues. Don't sell your vote. Reject violent candidates and expose acts that undermine the integrity of the elections. Don't attempt to snatch a ballot box or deface political party posters. The law will deal with you. December 7, 2024 is election day. Pick up your voter's ID card. Get to your polling station. Follow the voting process. Make that bold decision for Ghana. Vote peacefully. Ghana must win. Vote on December 7. It's your civic duty.
Civic duty required of you as a Ghanaian. So get involved and vote.
A message from the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Welcome back to the bulletin. Let's stay a while longer on politics. And a political analyst and senior lecturer at the University of Cape Coast, Dr. Jonathan Asante-Okyere, has commended the Ghana Police Service for its decision to incentivize whistleblowers ahead of the 2024 general elections. Inspector General of Police Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare announced a financial reward system to encourage the public to report potential security threats in a lead-up to the polls. Rewards for relevant information are set to range from 1,000 cities to 20,000 cities. Now, speaking to City News, Dr. Okyere said the initiative would enhance police's ability to effectively execute their mandate.
Introducing it in the electoral processes and systems with respect to those who want, attempt some kind of mayhem, controversies, and so on and so forth. I think it is in order, and you know that. When you have such a reward system put in place, definitely you have people who want to eat through that process. I pray that it will not rather be a conduit for others to make money, but to actually report, issues that have potential and to mar the processes in terms of electoral processes, as well as the peace and security that will be enjoying before, during, and after the election.
Dr. Jonathan Asante-Okyere is a political analyst and senior lecturer at the University of Cape Coast. A reminder that this is the Election Bureau. Stay tuned for comprehensive coverage of the December 7 elections. Let's move on now from election-related stories to some security stories. And a gas station operator, Martin Okyere, has been tragically shot and killed by suspected robbers at Ojobi in the Gomwa East District of the Central Region. The incident took place around 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday when two men arrived at the station in a vehicle. An eyewitness recounted the event, stating that the suspects fired multiple rounds of ammunition targeting the deceased.
I was in the room with my wife, and my wife just shouted that the gas man is shouting. He's shouting that maybe something has happened. So I just quickly rush out, and immediately I get there, what happened is I saw the man on the floor. Like it looked like he's bleeding. And I was trying to approach him, and I saw one of the man in front of the man's house. And the person just removed a gun. What I did is that I was trying to hold the man from the floor. I was trying to pick the man from the floor, and he just shoots. So I immediately shoot the gun, and then I just go down. I just run down and I hold the man's daughter. I hold his hand, and we run from the ground that place. The moment I rushed to the town, and I returned back. So the moment I returned back, they said they have sent him to the hospital. So the information that I got from the hospital that he's dead.
You heard an eyewitness account of the shooting incident which led to the death of a gas station operator in Gomwa. We'll stay on matters of security because one person we understand has been killed in Boko following a midnight gun battle in the area. Sporadic gunfire intensified around 4 a.m. when combatants clashed near the Zongo Jingande enclave close to the Boko Divisional Police Station. Now, the confrontation led to the death of Audu Fudu and the destruction of a business venture by fire. This latest incident brings the death toll to 27 since the conflict reignited in October 2024. We're joined by a local journalist in Boko, Ibrahim Abode, for more on this. Ibrahim, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. What is the security situation in Boko currently after this incident?
Well, there's calm. Usually what happens nowadays is that the combatants usually engage each other in the night, and then the following morning, business activities, will go on normally. So as we speak, today is a market day and everything there's calm as we speak. So everything seems to be comfortable. But usually in the night, these pocket of gunshots here and there usually occur.
Do we know what may have sparked this latest round of gun battle?
It's an existing issue. What started it is what it is continuing with. So it's the same issue that sparked it. So I think it's just that one. They think the issue hasn't been resolved, so they are still engaging one another here and there.
In terms of compliance to the curfew, how is it going? Briefly on that before I let you go.
Well, the curfew, they comply because the security agencies on the ground are actually actively on that. They move from area to area with their patrol vehicles to ensure that residents are, in their homes. So for the curfew hours, it is actually complied. And what happens is that with the combatants, you can't tell wherever they are and they are shooting. So usually for them, it's a different case altogether.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. Ibrahim Abude is rather Upper East regional correspondent speaking to us there on the Boko incidents. Let's move on to some other stories now. The Impriaso Circuit Court, presided over by Her Ladyship Ajua Echama Ofusu, has granted bail to the 27 accused persons involved in the Abetifi chieftaincy dispute. The 27 individuals who were arrested for the alleged abduction of the Abetifi chief were previously denied bail by the court 2 weeks ago. Now, this time, the court considered their lawyer's plea and granted them bail to the amount of 200,000 Ghana cedis with 2 sureties and 1 justification. The accused persons are scheduled to reappear in court on December 19, 2024. Captain Nkrabia Ifadate is the lawyer representing the accused.
I think the judge has been very fair, and I commend her. She listened to arguments on both sides, and she put the law where it ought to be. So I'm happy that 27 people, each of them, has been admitted to court bail, and we are coming back on 19th December. The law is at work. That's all we want in this country. The law must work. Everything should be resolved in the courtroom. There is no need for violence anywhere. There is no need for anybody to shout, to hit anybody, or to do any act of violence. Let's all respect the law, the Constitution. If you go against the law, the police will arrest you, bring you to court. If your lawyers talk for you and the court grants you bail, then the law is taking its course.
You heard Captain Nkrabia Ifadate, his lawyer for the 27 persons accused of chieftaincy dispute in Abetifi. Now, a Kumasi Boko-bound bus has been intercepted by the police for carrying about 1,800 pieces of items suspected to be ammunition, which is concealed in a car. Although the police declined to comment on the matter, sources say the vehicle's driver has been apprehended. Illegal importation of arms and ammunition has fueled the conflict in Boko since its inception. Combatants engaged in the conflict use sophisticated weapons in their activities, sometimes intimidating the work of security agencies. We move on now to some other stories. And to improve vaccination rates in underserved districts, the Ghana Health Service, in collaboration with Gavi and Zipline, has launched an expanded vaccine access program for the 2024-2026 period. Since 2019, over 15 million vaccine doses have been delivered, benefiting more than 17 million Ghanaians. Now, the new initiative is expected to extend coverage to 68 additional hard-to-reach areas. Here is Zipline's Omenako Center Director of Public Health at the Ghana Health Service, speaking at the Zipline's Omenako Center in Suhum.
For some time now, we've been working together purposely to address this issue of hard-to-reach areas and then emergencies. So when you have emergencies like blood products or even snake bites, and then in some hard-to-reach areas, we also do vaccination. So this has been going on for the past, I would say, 5 years, and the idea is to expand. So if you look at currently now, Zipline has a coverage of about 6 sites, but there's a need to cover other parts of the country. So that's how come this project is coming on, so that every part of the country will be very, very much covered, so that when it comes to access to emergency services is available, when it comes to access to even routine, though it's hard to reach, then it's covered. I think that it has been very helpful. If you look at the vaccination, there are parts of the country that we don't have I would say cold room facilities, particularly the new regions. So they serve that clear purpose. So as mean they were not there, you have a lot of challenges. So I think that they have been very useful to us in getting our targets achieved.
Director of Public Health at the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Franklin Esiedu Bekoin, the World Country Lead Sales and Partnership for Zipline Ghana, Daniel Kwekumeki, underscored the importance of collaboration and using data to address challenges effectively.
Once we've done a lot, we have already seen the impact that it has. It really increases, like, for instance, the districts that we serve. There is a vaccine increase between 13 to 37%, depending on the vaccine. We had like missed opportunities to vaccinate have reduced by 40%, 44% in those districts, and there's many other successes that we can point at. So the importance.
You have the country lead sales and partnership for Zipline Ghana, Daniel Kweku Meki. Before we go, a lecturer at the University of Ghana's Communications Department, Dr. Aurelia Ayusi, has stressed the importance of adopting a multi-stakeholder approach to sanitize Ghana's media space and ensure the dissemination of credible news. She noted that this initiative is particularly crucial in the lead-up to the 2024 elections, as misinformation, especially from political actors, continues to escalate. Speaking at the African Media Bureau's Media Executives Breakfast meeting, Dr. Ayusi highlighted the need for media professionals to prioritize verified facts.
All over social media, you see a news card of a credible media house, right? But some political actors have taken the media card and have rewritten what they want on it. And so it brings into question the credibility of what we have always known as truth. And then again, the other topic or idea about how fast or how quickly should we be releasing news, right?
That's a lecturer at the University of Ghana's Communications Department, Dr. Aurelia Ayusi. And in today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which came to you live from our studio in Adabraka, Accra. Please log on to citynewsroom.com for more stories. Also join us using the hashtag CityVerify, hashtag GhanaPost2024, and hashtag Election Bureau for all your election-related stories. My name is Ajua Tinkrama Domina. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.
City 97.3.